Have you ever felt that things just weren't going your way? You know, kind of like Murphy's Law, when anything that can go wrong will go wrong? We have been in a hurry going, think about if you're driving down the road and you've been in a hurry going down the road and you're trying to get somewhere really fast, and all of a sudden the traffic just stops. And you don't know why, and you're trudging along, and finally when you get to where the reason for the slowdown is, you realize it's nothing even on your side of the road, but it's just people looking at what's going on the other side of the road. Or maybe your car breaks down, or maybe you run into sudden financial strain. Things happen to us all the time. Well, our church is no different. In our first reading, everything is going pretty good for the early church. The church is growing, and everyone is contributing all they have so it can be distributed evenly amongst everybody. But in reality, is this really what's happening? No. A group of widows are actually being neglected. The apostles knew that this was not a good situation to be in. They could have decided just to ask others to do this, but this is not what a sharing community does. They wanted everyone to be involved, so they called a meeting with everyone in their community and asked them to pick 7 good men to assist them. That is the foundation that our church was built on, the involvement of everyone in our community. We rely on all of you to lend a hand, just not some of you, but all of you. Whether it be through you joining an organization such as the Catholics Women League, or maybe the Knights of Columbus, or a local prayer group, or maybe you're helping out with the children's liturgy, first communions or confirmations, or just attending Mass and participating with your family. Every aspect is just as important. That is what brings the vitality or life to our community, or better yet, our church. Also, by the selection and appointing of these first deacons, they suggest a solution for the needs of the church even today. Namely, to ensure that we have new and suitable types of ministries for everyone in our church. Just not a few people or a select few, but for everybody. Sometimes we think this is nothing but a pipe dream because it usually gets blocked by some bureaucracy or the people involved. However, if we only turn to our Lord, He can change anything from what appears to be an utter disaster to solace and well-being. In the midst of a storm on a lake and very afraid of drowning, Jesus helped them find their way back to shore. In spite of what we may feel are roadblocks in the church, our faith can continue to show us the way. There is comfort in this story of Jesus walking on the water. We don't know what He will do to fix or heal our current world or situation. However, we still need to be willing to take a risk, trusting that God will be there for us. This should help us to realize that we need to discuss issues and plan them out with others, not trying to do everything on our own. We need to remain faithful to our community. It's never good to just storm out due to frustration or send angry emails or texts. It's better to just take it in and to discuss it. What is impressive and what we learn from the appointment of these first deacons is the apostles' forethought and common sense to consult the people on how to move forward. Just like when Jesus went up the mountain to pray, sending the disciples ahead of Him across the lake, He did not forget about His friends, even though they were struggling and afraid in the storm. If our prayer is genuine, it hones our awareness to the needs of other struggles and stress in their lives. You notice how the winds dropped and they came into a calmer space when Jesus stepped into the boat. In our prayers, we are asking God to step into the midst of the storms that threaten to overwhelm us, using His grace and mercy to show others His saving presence.